My name is Mary Gardner, and I coach motivational speakers. And my background was that I worked on Capitol Hill and then became a celebrity agent at one of the country's largest celebrity speaker bureaus, Kepler Speakers. And so today what we're going to talk about is how you can create a second side gig in our economy doing motivational speakers. Now, I've met a couple of people already in the back. We've got Tom. Tom has been speaking for 25 years. Is that right, Tom? Is it Tom?
Sure.
Jim, I'm sorry, got your name wrong. Just met Jim. He's been a motivational speaker, and I know Reggie and somebody. Is anybody else here doing any speaking professionally or otherwise? Okay, great. Society says that we have. You want me to stay in one place? Yeah. I will stay. Okay. Hi. All right, everybody. Every speaker who's going to be on stage, stand straight. All right. Today, our society has changed. They say by the year 2020 that 50% of people will be doing side gigs. 16% of people right now, according to Deloitte, says that they are happy in their jobs, which means that about 84% of people are unhappy in their jobs right now. That's across the United States. So there's an opportunity for people right now to motivate individuals. I wanted to just share a story with you about one of the people that I worked with. Years ago, I was sitting in New York City getting my manicure and pedicure next to this amazing, beautiful African-American woman with long braids. And we started talking. And, oh, what do you do? Oh, my name is Susan. Oh, I'm an editor. Turns out it was Dr. Susan Taylor from Essence Magazine. And she shared with me that she had a son-in-law who was a former professional NBA player and that he should be doing speaking. But he couldn't, because he was nervous and he would get fearful. And so he would go to autograph events and he would sign autographs and he'd get paid for that, but he was missing an opportunity to make a lot of money as a speaker. So she put her son-in-law together with me, Bernard King, who played for, he was a Tennessee and ended up with, yep, you guys know Bernard King, Hall of Famer. And Bernard came to me and he said, I am not a good speaker because when I get up on stage, I'm completely terrified and I don't know what to say. I get the shakes, I start sweating. So I started working with Bernard. I said, I promise I can get you over the fear of speaking if you work with me. He said, Mary, what is going to work for me is this: if every single word in the speech is written out. If I have every single word and I can go on stage and read my script, then I will be okay. I said, Bernard, who wants a speaker like that? How boring. So what he did was he ended up, I did it for him. I spent like days, this is before they have transcription, all you have to do now is talk into your computer and it goes. So I spent days, I wrote his entire speech out. It was 18 pages of single space words. Later on that week, he was on an airplane with a CEO. And he asked the CEO, he said, what makes the best speaker? And the CEO said, Bernard, the best speaker is someone who speaks from the heart. And so Bernard came back to me, Mary, scrap it all. I'll just speak from the heart. I got him through it. He then later became a professional speaker and now works for the New Jersey Nets as a speaker every day. So it increased his income because he ended up getting a huge job. Another one of my speakers was Dr. Joe Clark. Do you guys remember Crazy Joe, the bat and the bullhorn on the front cover? It was the movie Lean on Me. And Crazy Joe Clark was an amazing, amazing speaker. And I booked him as a celebrity speaker many, many years for $5,000 all over the college market. And we had many years. Well, then Joe kind of got older and wasn't doing as much speaking. But he decided he wanted to get his career going again. So we launched some local speaking engagements in the Patterson, Jersey area. And he got in the newspaper. The newspaper picked up an article about him, and he ended up getting a full-time job working in one of the prisons as the director of the prison because he was out there, he was doing stuff. So this is an opportunity for you guys to start looking at the speaking industry. So I wanted to just share with you a little bit about what is happening in the world of motivational speaking. Are you guys, who here is involved with any charity or causes? Okay, all right. So this is a natural place for you all to start working with a charity or cause. When you start to tell stories and start to get involved with the students, that is one of the best places to start working with. Do any of you go out right now and speak on behalf of charities and causes? Okay, all right. So what you want to do when you're working in that environment is start to videotape yourself as a speaker. And then that goes on your website, and then you start to market it and to start doing your brand awareness. And that's where we want to do it. If you want to look at the experience that you have also, right now I know that there's a desperate situation with our young people. Are there people here in the room working with young people? Okay, I have a client that I'm going to show you in just a minute by the name of Mark Marrow. And Mark Marrow is a motivational speaker. And he just shared with me a statistic that suicide has doubled in the past year. A year ago, there were 460,000 visits to the emergency room, and this year there's over 1 million. And so that's one of the things that I would encourage. If any of you guys are familiar with that as a cause, I would encourage you to get involved with that. I've provided for you guys some information that is, I wanted to just go through some of this. So as a former professional athlete, you want to look at, and I know some of the people in the room here are CEOs, so you want to look at what do people ask you. And when you're starting to write your speech, you want to start from ground zero. I remember there's a story, there was this woman who said, I don't know what I want to do in my life. I have no idea. I'm completely at a loss. I've had a career. I don't know what to do. And she was sitting on a stoop, and she was sitting on some brick steps. And the person said to her, well, just look down. Just look down. What's right in front of you? And she looked down, and there were ants. And so she said, there's ants. So she wrote a paper on ants. And the paper ended up getting published. And then people started asking her, well, tell me about the ants, or tell me about the other, things that are on, the bugs. She ended up writing a book on it, and a second book, and a third book. And this lady became a foremost expert in the world of ants. So my encouragement to you right now is look what is right in front of you. You start where you are. There are a lot of things as a motivational speaker you have to have. You have to have the video, and I've got Roz here today who's going to be videoing some of you. We've got, if any of you are interested, we have the video set up. And we've got Tyson, who is my partner who does websites. So if you want to pursue doing any speaking, you have to have the whole gamut of media behind you. But I've also provided for you in your list a list of speaker bureaus. So if any of you are interested in doing your speaking on a professional level, I've given you some speaker bureaus. And as a former agent, I will tell you that thousands of people call them. We call them wannabes. But if you call a speaker bureau and you're packaged with a videotape of you speaking and what you speak about, you've got a heads up on a whole bunch of other people. And it's all about building a relationship internally. Additionally, I've given you guys some information on how to book yourself. One of the things that you guys want to do is looking at colleges or conferences. And the biggest thing to do, go get Google Alerts. If you put Google Alerts on about a word, like if you're a motivational speaker and people are looking for motivational speakers, all of the information from around the country will come to you if you put Google Alert.